Okay, so I just got off the phone, actually texting a friend. Her name's Heather. Hey Heather, this is for you, special video. She asked me about one of my recipes, and then we started talking, and she said I should start doing YouTube videos with all my fast and easy recipes. See, I work 2 jobs, yes, and most of the time I don't get home until late. And when I get home, I need to whip something up really quick because I'm not lying. I know there's a crock pot. I know there's freezer recipes. I don't have the ability to do that sometimes. Sometimes it has to be quick, it has to be now, and it has to be good and healthy and ready for you in an instant. So a lot of my recipes for dinner, that's what they are. So it is 7:07 to be exact right now. My husband said he'd be home around 7:30. And tonight we're gonna have, which this sounds weird, but I'm telling you it's really good. It is mashed potatoes and then noodles and chicken on top. It is delicious. It's a family recipe. I changed it a little bit and added chicken instead of beef. And you're gonna see why in just a second. So let's get started. Okay, so if you are doing fast and easy meals, you need to know what these are. These are steamed mashed potatoes. You can get these at Harris Teeter. You can get these at Target. If they have them, stock up. I always have like 4 of these in my freezer at all times. Now, because I have this argument all the time, my dad, hey dad, my brother, and my sister-in-law, and my mom, and my husband. These are not fake potatoes. This is not the potatoes you shake and add water. What they did was take these potatoes, cut them up, peel them, boil them, put them in a bag, so all you have to do is put it in the microwave. And then you're done. Now listen, it says mashed potatoes, but I have used these potatoes for potato salad. Just FYI, quick way, if you need potatoes cut up for anything and you don't want to do that, buy these. These lifesaver. These are real potatoes. Look who they're made by. They make real potatoes. Oh. Okay, so you need a bag of this, a can of chicken breast white chunk. I always buy Swanson. You need a, what is this? This is a 32-ounce box of chicken broth, Swanson. These are wide egg noodles. It doesn't matter what brand. I use different brands. Actually, my family's from Ohio, and when they're coming through or can get there, I have them send me these Amish noodles, which makes my husband think I actually spent all day making fresh noodles, but I didn't. You can sometimes find those type of like noodles. They're like in a bag with a little twisty tie on it. They will end up tasting like real noodles. That's right. So that's all you need. So let's get started. I'm going to change the camera angle so you can kind of see what I'm doing over at the stove. All right. Okay, so the first step is open your no egg noodles. By the way, I cook for 2, me and my husband. That's it. It's just for 2. If you're cooking for 4, you probably want to double everything I'm doing. So I only do about a half a bag. And I also use the same pot for everything, so I kind of know where it is. So everything's kind of rough estimate. So half a bag of these. And I'm also very messy, just so you know. And then you're going to open up your canned chicken. I've never done this while I've been on my knees on the floor. So if you see me stand up, it's because I've never cooked while I've been sitting on the floor filming. Oh yeah, I'm gonna speed this up for sure. This is like taking forever to open up a can of chicken. Okay. And I'm good to go. So, I don't know if you guys know, but like that's what it looks like. I'm going to walk over there and drain this. So, let me do that. So, now you have drained chicken. So, it's just the chicken, not any of the liquid that was in the can. And you pour it in. Then, so all you have is your dry noodles and your chicken. Then you're going to open up your chicken broth. This is the secret here. I don't know, I guess it was my mom that came up with this, but whenever you make any kind of noodles, use chicken broth. Don't use water. It makes the noodles taste so much better. Use chicken broth. I fill it all the way out. Sometimes it takes the entire box. Sometimes it only takes at least 75% of it. Today it looks like it's going to actually take more. So if I ever, another secret, I only have one box and I'm not all the way up to the top, I'm going to fill it up with some water. So let me go do that. So that's where I like it. I don't care about the chicken being covered by the water, just all the noodles are covered by the water. Then I'm going to add salt and pepper. 1, 2, 3. I just go like that. 3 little spins around the pot. 1, 2, 3. That's it. I turn it on medium high and let it get to a nice boil, and then I'll turn it back down. So why, whoops, I guess I should get in the frame. So while this is cooking, I then make my mashed potatoes. How do I make my mashed potatoes? With this really cool stuff right here. It's in a bag already cut and clean for you, and all you have to do is put it in for 10 minutes. So let's go to the microwave and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so there's my bag. The directions are on the back. I just do this all the time so I don't need to read them. All you have to do is put this side up and microwave on high for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, that's it. So, I'm going to throw that in my microwave, close it, type in here 1, oh did you, let me do that again guys, see look, I said I started at 7:07, is now 7:16, we're doing good on time. It's hard to, I have to do this 1, 0, 0, 0. If you look through the viewfinder while you do something, it's not easy. So 10 minutes, those potatoes will be done. This will start to boil, and then you just turn it down, and when it starts boiling, I will let you guys see that. So right there it is. I've got it now all the way up to pretty much almost on high, just so you know. Okay, so my noodles and chicken broth are about to come to a boil. My potatoes are in the microwave. 6 more minutes on those, and I'll show you what happens to the bag. Right now you see how it's like flat. As it gets closer to time for the microwave to ding, it expands and steams them. And I know this is going to sound like the craziest thing in the world, but I'm going to show you how I make my sweet tea. I don't know why, but my husband loves my sweet tea. My mother-in-law, his whole side of the family thinks I make excellent sweet tea. Now, the joke is, I'm from the north. I'm from Ohio. We don't have sweet tea. I don't know why I make great sweet tea, and I don't know why they always ask me how I make my sweet tea. But since they do, this is all I do. This is your typical kettle from Target that I bought. If you guys notice, I buy a lot of stuff at Target. I turn it on high, and the sucker is, you'll see here in a minute, the sucker is old, so you know how it's supposed to shoot steam out the top? It just spews out water, but it keeps my top of my oven nice and clean, so hey, I've never replaced it. This is just a typical, I don't even know if it says on the bottom, I don't know what size it is, but it's just your typical pitcher, iced tea pitcher, but this one's glass. I have like 3 different ones. I really don't think it's not like it tastes good because of the pitcher it's in, because I have 3 different ones. 1 cup of sugar and tea bags. I do 5 tea bags. This is black tea, generic, Target brand. I use different kinds, whatever's on sale. Sometimes Lipton, sometimes Aldi's, sometimes Target. Today I'm just using Target because that's what I have. The tape, you guys will, you'll see what the tapes were here in a minute, but yeah. This is kind of hard to do while I'm holding a camera, but 5 tea bags. I might have to set you, hold on a minute, let me flip it around maybe, I don't know. Alright, I'm going to turn it on. So, 5 tea bags. I was having trouble with that angle and hey, I don't know. Maybe since this is my first video on cooking, I'll figure out better ways of doing this so I can flip back and forth and you guys can easily see what I'm doing. But I'm not doing so hot right now. And I normally do this a lot faster too. So it's just tea bags. Alright, so what you're about to see is how I'm gonna set you guys back up on my stand. Whoop, and I broke my stand. Okay, so I went ahead and I took them out. So there's 5 tea bags. If you look over, yes, our chicken broth is boiling. Turn it on down. Whoop, my finger's in the way. Sorry. Turn it on down to medium. Now, trick. If it starts to boil over, throw salt on it. If it continues to boil over, put a wooden spoon across the top or anything wooden you have, and it will keep it from spilling all over the pan. Or you can also do what I do. I move it to the back, wait for it to stop because I don't want a big old mess to have to clean up. So it will simmer down, the heat will simmer down, and then we can move on. The tape, oh, and it's getting close too. The potatoes, see how the bag has blown up and it's now steaming the potatoes inside? It's only got 1:31 left. So all I do is take a piece of tape, and I'm gonna have to set you guys right here, I guess. And all I do is tape the tea bags to the side of my glass tea. I don't know why I do that. It just keeps them from falling in. I've always done it. I hear my kettle is starting to boil. I can hear it boiling. I'm going to move this back to the medium heat. Just so you know too, I pour my cup of sugar in before the water. So maybe that's the trick. I don't know. I don't think there's any trick. It's sweet tea. I don't know. I do know, I say a cup, but if you do notice, I don't fill it all the way up. It's about like that. I pour it in. And then I'm going to put some stuff back. Our potatoes just dinged. They are done. If you see the bags all blown up like that. I'm just waiting for the water to finish boiling. If you're wondering what that thing is, that's how I hold the camera. It's my little camera holding thing, but look, it just broke off. I guess too much heat or something caused it to break off. We will figure how to do all this awesomeness soon. Okay, so my tea is done, and yes, like I told you, my kettle doesn't work right. It just starts spewing water, so you know it's done. So I take it off the oven, and I pour it in. Make sure you guys don't burn your hands by the steam if you're new at cooking. If you've cooked a lot, for some reason, I guess I've been burnt so much and steamed so much. Remember to turn this off too, by the way. That this, I don't know, it doesn't hurt anymore. No pain, no game, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to find a nice... Why? This is like my tea stirring thing. I know it's for noodles. I love it. I stir my tea with it. I just stir and make sure all the sugar on the bottom is gone. Okay. Now, potato time. Potatoes are done. Pull them out. Use some scissors. Cut the top. Sometimes if you're not careful when you're cutting and you only have one hand, it closes and seals its the bag seals itself back up because you are, it's so hot, the steam's so hot that it seals the bag back up. So I'm going to try to set you here while you watch me pour. Okay. The bag's in the bowl. Pour out the potatoes. Do you see? Those are real potatoes. Okay. And I always, because it's a nice steam, I put this on my face as I walk to the trash can and give myself a little facial. Yep, that's right. I always add milk and butter to my potatoes. Salt and pepper. You see that our delicious noodles are boiling really nice. Okay, so the amount of milk that Okay, so I had to stop the video because you guys will enjoy this. Oh look, that's my Brucey right there in the background. My husband just texted and said he'd be here in 5 minutes. Or leave work. He's leaving work in 5 minutes. So it's 7:31 right now. Oh. So the milk. I put maybe, I don't know, like a quarter of a cup at first. I just kind of put it in and then it kind of absorbs a little bit and then I put in just like a little bit more. So that might be a quarter of a cup. I do about a half a stick of butter. I already had this one half opened. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut little cubes. So I guess that's actually like 3 tablespoons of butter. And then again, I don't know, I estimate how much pepper and salt I'm putting in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's mix it up and see how it looks. And if it looks like it needs to be more whipped, then I just add more milk or butter depending on taste. Because my mom always told me best way to find out if your food is good is taste it. Which, doesn't that make sense? But, yes, why you make it, taste it. Then you'll know if you need butter or milk or not. I don't know why, but before I always turn on the mixer, I do this. And then I turn it on slow at first. Once it looks pretty well mixed, I flip it on to high. I just like to make sure that all the lumps are out. This is the knife that I just used for the butter. And actually the consistency looks really good for mashed potatoes. I'm going to take a little taste to see if I need more salt or butter. I'm going to add a little more salt and a little more pepper, and that's it. Now, my husband should be home very soon, and I'm going to show you what the noodles and the chicken look like. Okay, so there's our noodles, chicken, and broth. I'm going to stir it up a little bit. They look really good. There's our mashed potatoes. I add one more bit of butter just to make it nice and buttery by the time he comes. And there is our tea ready to go. And when you serve this, you put the mashed potatoes on your plate, and then you take a spoon. You want the broth. The broth is good, and you don't want to drain it. You want a spoon, like a ladle, and you scoop it right on top of the mashed potatoes, and it is delicious. And it is now 7:40. So that was about 30 minutes. And just so you guys know, if you want it to look like you have been at home working hard, making food, and making it nice, the next awesome thing that I always do is I light a few candles and I start a fire. That way, when my husband comes home, he can sit in our kitchen and living room is together, so he can sit in the, guess what? It's very hard to light a fire with one hand. Okay, so he can sit in the kitchen eating his dinner and watching TV with the fire going. These little things are called, what are these things called? I love these things. I don't know. They're like super duper starters. They help start your fire for you. So you don't have to use kindling or newspaper or anything like that. So there goes the fire. It's going to start up. Then I take my matches over and I light a few candles before he gets home, so the house smells good. And this one is Vanilla Snowflake Bath and Body Works candle, and it smells so good. The last time I had this lit and he came home, he was all excited about it because he said it smelled so good. And then My cats think it's time for their dinner. Yeah, I know. And then I always have a candle on the back of my stove that I light. And this is actually from Walmart. And it is vanilla. We do a lot of vanilla, sugar cookie, you know, that kind of stuff. And it is actually a 3-1, but I'm having a hard time with the match and the camera. So I might have to get the other little, because normally how I do it, hold on. Look, maybe I can do it while you're on here. Here we go. I'll lean you guys up against something. And I tilt it to get it lit. That's what I do. Yep. And I will tell you right now, this smells, I mean, it smells so good. The vanilla from your candles, the fire lit, the mashed potatoes. It smells good, and this took 30 minutes, and my husband will get home and think, oh, sweetheart, it's Friday. You didn't have to cook. So, if you enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching me cook one of my quick meals, give me a thumbs up. Woo woo, and subscribe to my channel, and I will start doing more meals like this. And thank you, Heather, for the awesome idea. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will show you a plate at the end. Bye, girlies. I hope I made your dinner easy and quick from here on out. Bye. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to serve it. I serve it in a bowl because I love the broth that it makes. So the first thing you're going to get is some mashed potatoes and scoop them into your bowl and make like a little divot in your mashed potatoes there. And then come over to your chicken broth, noodles, and canned chicken. I'm just going to bring some of the chicken up to the top. And just get a nice spoonful and put it right over top your mashed potatoes. And that's it. A little salt and a little pepper on it. And that's all you have to do. So I hope you guys enjoy this delicious dinner. I normally make this dinner in the cold months, December and January and February, because it's very, it fills you up and it keeps you nice and warm. And it's just one of those really good dinners that looks like it took you forever to make, but it didn't. Oh, in perfect timing. My husband is coming home right now. So, see you later, girlies.